See you. Okay. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Empowering Moments with Velvet. And today we are doing something quite different. We are doing our table talk. We're having a table talk. It's just us girls. So listen, a group of our friends got together and we just decided to have a conversation. And our conversation today is going to be about relationships. So I just want to introduce my friends to you. And to my right, we have Cassandra.
Hello.
We have Jackie.
Hello.
We have Treva.
Hi.
And we have Dawn. And of course, you know I am Velvet. So girls, listen, we want to talk about relationships. And that can encompass a lot of things. It can encompass relationships with your partner, relationships even with your children, relationships with your parents, siblings. So we're talking about relationships. So we want to, this is probably going to be a relationship talk about more so your life partner. But, we're going to talk about everything this morning. And we're going to keep it real. And I tell you what, if you guys have any questions for us, because we're going to get together quite frequently moving forward, you can put them down in the comment sections. And we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have. So let's get started. So today we want to talk about, now Dawn has been married for, what, over 40 years, Dawn?
41.
41 years. Look at Dawn. Does she even look like that? Something must be going right in that relationship because Dawn is the boss chick. You know what I mean? Dawn is the boss chick. So we want to talk to Dawn since she is the person that has been married the longest. And we just want to find out, now, how did you meet your husband?
I met my husband actually in high school. Wow. He was my high school sweetheart. And you go through and we went and he would ask for summers off. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be with this man because he's not doing what he's supposed to do, but it worked out. He asked me to marry him. We got married. We had children maybe 4 years later.
Wow.
And it's just been a ride from that point on.
Wow.
It has truly been a ride. We have had good years. We have had bad years. And I'll never forget, I spoke to this older woman a while ago, and she told me, she said, baby, you're going to have some good years, and you're going to have some bad years. Yes. But as long as your good years outweigh your bad, you have done well.
Yes, yes.
And I never thought about years. You're thinking, I'm going to have bad years? That's a long
Not a bad day.
Not a bad day. But yeah, it worked out. But what I can say about that I realized before people get married, the thing that they need to talk about is if they plan on having kids, they need to talk about how they want to rear their kids.
Right.
Because, your mom and dad may have done one thing, and my mom and dad may have done another.
Right.
So at that point, we were butting heads about how we're going to raise our kids.
Yeah, correct.
And I never talked about that because it never came up until I had kids, and my mama does this, but my mama does this.
Right.
So that is so please talk about a relationship and how you're going to raise your kids before you ever have them.
That's good. That's good advice. Yeah. That is excellent advice because I can imagine if you have strong parents on both sides, strong mothers on both sides, and generally guys esteem their moms. Right. Whatever mom says, that's it. That's Bible. So if you come in and do it a little bit different than the way his mom did it for them and him and his siblings, I'm sure it's probably a little discussion to be had there,
It is.
Yeah.
And your kids get over that way because your parents are fighting about raising them.
Yeah.
So they can pit each other against the other because, okay, I'm going to go to this parent because I know that he'll do this. Oh, yeah. And then I go to this one because I know she'll do
this. That's right. That's
so
right.
It's amazing. Be careful with that.
But I tell you, I know this couple and I watch them and they, we hear, of course, every relationship has issues. But the thing that I love so much about Dawn and her husband is Dawn is very open, you know what I mean? She just says what she says and then she's done with it. She doesn't, from what I can tell, she doesn't carry it and continue to carry it. She says it and she lets it go, and that's probably why one of the reasons why y'all relationship has lasted so long, and it's still good, y'all.
Yeah.
She's still in a wonderful, amazing relationship, you know. So let's move on to Jackie. Jackie, you're probably the newest married couple, right?
Yeah.
How many years now?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. And you want to tell us how you met your husband? You don't have to.
Okay.
If you want to be private about it,
I
it's up
don't
to you.
mind. We actually met on Black People Meet.
Black people meet. Do you know how, you know, when you see these movies and they say, how did you meet? They met online, but they coming up with all these other excuses.
Right.
Like, well, we met at the bowling alley. Well, we met y'all met on Black People Meet, you know.
But
Why
the
is it
thing-
nobody wants people to know that?
But the funny thing is about that, Velvet, I had decided to go to Black People Meet just to kind of like, you know, date around because I had been through so many bad relationships. So at the time that I met Mike on there, I gave him a very hard time. I didn't want to see him for like 2 or 3 months because I had been hurt by so many different relationships in the past, not knowing that God had that particular person for me, you know, but he kept saying, I'll be patient whenever you're ready. That was one thing that I love about him. He didn't care how long it took. He really wanted to get to know me, and I just remember me telling him, "Well, how much you make? If you don't do this, then I don't want you." And then, I was just I was doing things that I had normally done in the past. I was being very bold with the questions and what I expected, and he still was saying, "Just get to know me."
Wow.
Just get to know me.
Yes, and you did.
Very patient. He was very patient. And like I said, we've been together 10 years now.
Wow.
So,
You know it.
yeah, and what I really love about him is that he don't just care about me and love me. Mike cares about everybody. Co-workers, he cares about how he has so much integrity and respect for people. He just wants to do the right thing all the time. You can attest to that. Like he really does. He cares about everybody. If I can help anybody, you know, I don't want to treat them any kind of way. So that really, I was very attracted to that. And like I said, I still love him today for all that. We got the grandkids now, you know, we still. But one thing I would say for couples is really, you know, get to know people and get to know their background before, so you'll know how to deal with different things.
Now you've said a mouth, as my grandmother said, a mouthful. You know,
it's that serious because he didn't know a lot of stuff about my past. I didn't know a lot of stuff about his past, but it was important to know that, so you'll know how to deal with different things. Because some things he said to me, I would be like, it triggered stuff in me, and I would be like, well, I can't take that. He didn't know I went through those things. It wasn't against him. I had just went through some bad things, and you can't handle me, you know, on that level with that. You know, so it's just very important to get to know somebody's past and what they went through, so you'll know how to handle them when y'all have issues yourselves in a marriage.
Wow. And I think family, that is very, very important, because I think as women, all we want to know is, number one, are you going to love me? And all that, and we forget to check the background. You know what I mean? We forget. But I remember growing up, you know, our grandparents used to say, "Who is people?
Who is people?
Who is people?" And you know, why do you always want to know who his people is? Because they want to know, is there something going on down that line, that family line, that we need to know about? You know what I mean? Are they crazy?
Yes.
Are they crazy? Do they have some issues? What's really going on? You know, because they would always say, "Well, who is people?"
Oh, you're not messing with the albums.
Exactly.
And we respected that. We respected that. But now we don't want to know who his people is anymore. You know, we just want to know who he is. But he's a product of his people.
Of his people. Yes.
Truth be told. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, he's a product of his people. So let's take it to you, Miss Treva.
Me. Yes, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
But I'm in a relationship, a relationship I've never been in my life, and that's with myself.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in a
Okay.
relationship with myself at this point, and I'm just learning and loving me.
Yes.
I mean, I'm writing little notes every morning and stickies and apologizing to me for treating me like this. So
Wow.
It's complicated.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Can we say this about Treva? I'm gonna say yeah right
Go
now.
ahead.
Treva, she says she writes little notes, but not only does she write little notes, and girls, I'm about to do the same thing. Okay? Treva's getting ready to hook a girl up. She's getting ready to hook a sister up. Treva got her an Alexis. And Alexis tells her how Alexa, and she tells her how beautiful she is every morning.
Yes.
What does she say, Treva?
You are my beautiful queen. You are God's gift.
I love it.
Yes.
And can you imagine hearing that every morning, that affirmation? Because a lot of times when we're single, we always tend to find the fault in ourselves, and we never look at what's good about us. You know, we never look at what's good about us. We see the good in everybody else, but when it comes to us as being single, well, I don't have nobody, don't nobody want me. But here come Alexa in the morning saying, "Good morning, Treva.
Yes.
You are the queen. You are beautiful." You know, all those things that we need to be telling ourselves. You know, we really need to be looking in the mirror, affirming ourselves, and you know, and that's what we should be doing. But a lot of times we let so many things get in our way, and we forget who we are. Who we are. You know, and a lot of times we do not. Of course, we all want somebody in our life, but we don't have to have somebody in our life to tell us who we really are. We're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
Because we were made by the King. You know what I mean? So when He made us good. Everything about us. He chose the way our eyes look. He chose the way our nose is shaped. Why? Because He thought that was going to be good for us. We may be like, oh, I can't stand my nose, I can't get my nose done. But God made that nose. You know what I mean? You know, I always have a problem. You know, I say, oh my God, my leg's too big. Oh my God, I wish my legs were shaped this way. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to love on them. I'm going to love, but however they look, that's the way He made them. So take it up with Him. You know what I mean? Come on, let's move on to my girl Cassandra here. Because I know she got a story for us.
Well, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's semi-complicated, I guess you want to say.
We just girls talking. Guys, we just girls talking. So, you know, we just gonna, whatever. If we gonna spill the beans, we just gonna spill the beans. You know, but we just girls talking today.
Yes. And actually, I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but I
And a good relationship, y'all. Don't let her fool you.
I mean, he's good. He's good. And again, we're talking about relationships and getting to know people.
Yes.
And I'm going to piggyback off of Jackie because the relationship I'm in now, he doesn't want to know too much about me. And we've told him time and time again, you need to get to know me. You know, you need to get to know what happened in my past. So when things trigger me, you know when to back up and when to
How to handle it. Right.
And the same thing with him. He's okay with me knowing everything about him. And again, there are some things when I say I can't relate to that. You know, I didn't have a bad childhood. I mean, I spent probably 80% of my childhood with my childhood friend over here.
Okay.
So, you know, we've been knowing each other since 1979. So her mom had 5 kids and I was number 6.
Okay.
So
relationships. That's what we're talking about. Relationships, you know?
So we grew up.
Yes.
She got punished, I got punished. You know, but we grew up happy for the most part. We grew up so, you know, when some people talk about, you know, things that are real deep and dark, you know, I can sympathize, but I really can't relate on that level. Now, yes, all of us, I'm sure, had some, you know, some trauma in the childhood, but I didn't have it continuously.
Right.
And so, you know, I tell them all the time, you need to get to know me. You know, I've been broken. And all of you know at this table, I have been broken. And so to come, that's absolutely therapy and God.
And
of course, family.
Can we cut right there? Can we talk about therapy?
Absolutely.
Because for some reason, I don't know about why we can't wrap our heads around therapy. Therapy is a good thing, guys.
It's a good thing.
You need to talk to somebody that is neutral. that is trained to understand what you're going through and that can help you. Talking to friends, that's good therapy too. That's wonderful therapy. But sometimes we need professional help.
Yes,
And it's okay. Most jobs now are providing that for the employees.
That's true.
Let's take advantage of that. If your job has a program that provides that for you, family, make sure you're taking advantage of that, because that's what's going to save us now. Of course, we know God is our Savior. That don't even really keep saying that, because we should know that.
Yes.
But God made doctors.
Yes.
He gave them the will to learn and all of that. God provided these things for us, you know, and so we need to take full advantage of it. So when you said therapy, I just wanted to hit in on that, because we shy away from therapy, you know. Therapy is a good thing, trust me.
It is. Can we go back to Trina and Alexa?
Yes.
You know, but Trina says this because Trina is single and she's learning to love herself.
Yes.
But when you're in a relationship, a lot of times you lose yourself.
Absolutely.
You lose yourself to your partner. You
Yes.
lose yourself to your kids. And you know, you knew who you were when you were young, and you were this and you were that. And then by the time your kids get ready to leave, you're like, what in the world?
Yes.
So please take care of yourself first. Because you can't take care of nobody else unless you're taking care of yourself. You got to be comfortable in who you are, because you can't make anybody happy when you're unhappy.
That's right.
So I think we all need an Alexa
Yes.
saying that you're
Yes.
beautiful, good morning, beautiful, have a great day. Because it's nothing against your partner,
Right.
because he might be just as busy and he's not
Yeah.
thinking
And having the same
same.
issue.
Right.
Having the same issue.
Same
You
ones.
know?
And he's not thinking, well, I need to tell her this.
Mhm.
And we say men should tell us this, but we also got to give them their props too.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I know my husband, what I do know about my husband, he drives me crazy, Jesus. But I do know my husband is going to do whatever he can for his family.
Yes.
If it ain't coming from his job, he gonna hustle to get whatever it is.
Wow.
Now, he might talk about it on the back end,
Yeah.
but he gonna do his part
That's
on the
right.
front
He
end, so
did.
I
He
can't
did.
complain
That's
about
right.
it. So, in saying that, I think we need to tell our men when they're doing a great job.
Absolutely.
And our
Affirmation
sons.
for them.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And our sons. Because if our sons and our daughters don't see a good relationship to start with, they don't know what it
Yes.
is.
Right.
When my son got married, I told him, you know, I love your baby, I love your wife, but don't let her call me and say that you have said anything to her or done anything to her, because I know you're 6'2", but I'm coming for you.
That's right.
Because you will not treat her like that.
That's right.
And it's a whole lot of men out here that had mama issues.
Yes.
And that's the problem right now. They weren't taught that you're supposed to be on the outside of the sidewalk and have your woman on the inside.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
old school
That's
stuff.
right.
They don't know
They
that.
don't know it. They don't know it. They don't know it. You're absolutely right. Listen, okay, now me. I am single, never been married. And let me just tell you my backstory. I grew up in a Pentecostal church, and most people know what Pentecostal is. Back in the day, Pentecostal for me was you could not wear pants, you could not wear makeup, you could not wear jewelry, you could not go to the movies, you could not play ball. I mean, it was strict church and church only. And if you did those things, it was a sin. So all we heard growing up was, you know, if you have sex, you're going to hell. Let the Lord send you somebody. Wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. And it's nothing wrong. I'm waiting on the Lord. But I have waited on the Lord and tried to do it all the way the church told me to do it. And that husband never came. He never came. Now, I'm not saying what they taught us was wrong, but I think that sometimes you have to make yourself available. And when they shield you and say, well, you know, he that findeth a wife, I believe that with all of my heart. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing.
Yes.
He does. But where is he going to find you if you're never around? You have to put yourself in a position to be found. They're not knocking on doors. You understand what I'm saying? They're not knocking on doors. They not saying, oh, let me see if she behind door number 1, door number 2. You have to be in a position to be found. And they didn't teach us that part. So as a result, we have many, many women my age and over still single because that's what we were taught. Then the rules changed in the church.
Mhm.
We could wear pants. We could wear jewelry. So I was like, okay, now things that you told us we were going to hell for, now we're not going to hell. So now we can wear no jewelry. So all these years I was looking like King Kong. Come on, really? This is what we're doing now? But now the church is changing. It's rare that you will find a church that has that strict standard now. Now the church is teaching. The church is now teaching, hey, you got to be, like the Ruth spirit and Naomi and all of them. You got to find your Boaz. You got to be in a place where Boaz is. And if you know anything about Boaz, I mean, this woman had to glean in the field. She put herself in the field in order to see King Boaz. Boaz wasn't coming out of the field to find her.
Right.
She had to put herself in a place where he could see her. So she started, her mother-in-law told her, get in the field, start picking up, start gleaning, and he'll see you. And guess what? He saw her.
He did.
He saw her. Then the mother-in-law gave her some more good advice because she was married to Naomi's son. Naomi's son died, but she cleaved to Naomi. Mm-hmm. She cleaved to her mother-in-law. She said, your people, my people. Mm-hmm. Where you go, I'm going, So she said, well, you need a husband, basically. Let me show you how to get one, She said, go glean in this field. This man is rich. Go glean in his field, and he's going to see you. This man saw her, saw that she was good, and he said, hey, leave some more droppers for her. Just leave some, just as you go in and glean it, leave some for her, because she was just walking behind the people that was, gleaning in the fields. And so then the mother-in-law said, that's not all. Now, when he go to sleep, go lay at his feet. Yes. We weren't taught that, but that's in the Bible. She went for him. Mm-hmm. She went for him. So we have to put ourselves in a position. We didn't know that. So as a result, I'm a 60-year-old single woman, now just figuring it out. Okay, now I've got to figure out how I'm going to put myself in a position, not that I'm chasing him.
Yes, correct.
But that he sees me.
Yes,
whoever he is.
Whomever he is, I need to put myself in a position to where now he sees me. Mm-hmm. And so I would tell one of my friends, I said, I'm too old now. She's like, you are never too old to find love.
Never.
And I had that mindset until I got with these girls. And then they taught me, it doesn't matter what your age is. When you learn to love yourself, people are gonna migrate to you. Yes, they're gonna start loving you. And it ain't all gonna be women. Some men gonna come trickling through here and be like, who is that? Look at that thick chick. Who is she? She look good. We're 60. She looks good, And so now I'm positioning myself in a place to where, because I could have a man. We all could have a man. But we want the right one.
Yes.
The one that's prepared just for us, And that's where I stand right now. I've had men in my life. Who hasn't? You know what I mean? But I want that one that God says, that's the stamp. Yes. Because now, I've got it. Most of us now, when you're 60, you should have everything you need.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need him for a lot of other things. But companionship and just to, have somebody there,
to do things with,
to protect me, all of those things, That's what I'm looking for right now. We've accomplished what we're going to accomplish. At 60, you should have, or at least be very, very close to it. So now we're just coasting. So I'm on the other side of it. And I just want somebody to ride that roller coaster with me on the other side, So that's where I am in relationships right now. So ladies, I just want to thank you. We're not going to take up too much time. I don't want to make this too long. We're going to have a part 2 to this. And I just want to thank my girls. And let me just say something about friendships. We talked about relationships, but these girls, I'm telling you, I'm going to cry in a minute. But, my family and I, we are going through something right now. And these girls have wrapped their arms around me today. And as you can see, this is empowering moments. Empowering moments. And it's empowering. And they surprised me, and they just wrapped their arms around me, and we're having a beautiful breakfast this morning, and they made it about me. And I think when you have good friends, they can hone in on when you need them. They hone in, they know, okay, Velvet needs me today. Okay, Jacket needs me today. They hone in. Good friends can feel that energy, and they want to do whatever they can to make it right for you. And I just want to say thank you to my good friends. I appreciate you all so much. It has been phenomenal knowing you guys. I mean, these three they grew up together, you know, and then they pulled Dawn and I in, and we call ourselves the senior citizens. They pulled us in, but I tell you what, age, we don't even know what age we are when we're together, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Empowering Moments with Velvet. Stay tuned for part 2, and we will be back. You guys, hey! That was beautiful. That was awesome.
Oh, that was awesome.